Well, I've put off doing an update video for my channel for a very, very long time, for a variety of reasons. But I figured since I am in the camper, I would go ahead and check in and let you guys know what's been going on. I came off the road in October of last year and went to Nashville to check in on my mom, and found that things were a whole lot worse than what we expected to find. And so I decided to stay there for a while and look after her. And so during that time, I was staying with a friend who had 4 very large dogs. And so I ended up having to rehome Munchkin, which absolutely broke my heart. We'll try not to go too far into that because it still makes me sad. But I stayed there until February, and I found a place back in Washington that was the perfect spot for what I wanted for the next phase of my life. And so I came back and moved in. While I was driving back across the country, my mom fell and broke her hip, and had surgery and was in the hospital. And she pretty much just declined after that. And sadly, she left us at the end of February. So I went back to Nashville for her final days and funeral and all of that kind of stuff, and just kind of close out affairs in Tennessee. And then I came back to Washington and went through a lot of stuff myself, just dealing with loss and trying to figure out what life looked like, dealing with some health issues that came out of everything I put myself through over the last 2 or 3 years. And so I'm starting to get back on my feet physically, and I've been working on trying to consolidate some things. We brought a bunch of stuff back from Tennessee, from my parents' house, and yesterday I finally got it out of the transport boxes we used and into a storage unit where I had some additional things that wouldn't fit into my place. So getting things consolidated in one area finally, and feeling like I kind of have my bearings. And I picked up my mail girl. She had been in storage since late September, so almost 10 months in storage. So I've got her here at my place, and opened it all up, and I'm going to do some cleaning and any little maintenance that has to be done over the next couple of days. And then I'll pack her up again, but she's going to stay here with me in the place where I am living now. And I do have some new midlife capers on the horizon. Not in the camper necessarily, but some new things I'm hoping to be able to do over the coming months and years. And I will try to keep you guys updated on all of that. I might do some documenting of this health recovery journey I'm on right now, because there are a lot of things that I'm dealing with that probably a lot of people deal with and don't realize what's actually going on in their bodies. And traditional medicine doesn't really know how to treat them and treat the bottom line cause of what's going on, because they really are only equipped to treat things when you have super abnormal test results and things that they can prescribe medications for. And there are a lot of other things that you can do to help restore your health and find a more solid baseline, which is what I'm working on. Anyway, so I just want to kind of like let you see. She fared fairly well in storage. There are a couple of things that I'm having to deal with. I did find a few little spots of mold, but thankfully they were all like on surfaces and not penetrated into the structure itself. And so I think I'm going to be okay getting all of that cleaned up and getting her ready for the next time I do want to take her out, or if a friend or family member wants to borrow her for a little bit. But she served me so well on the road, and I'm just glad to have her back with me. And I will give you, I don't know if I can flip this around or not, to give you a little bit of a look at this place that I had. Well, here, I'll just turn around this way, and you can see I just have this beautiful view from my front yard and from my deck, and I have deer that visit me each morning, and I do have another addition to the family. I was really missing Munchkin so much, and knew I couldn't go and take him back from the family that took him in, because that just wasn't fair to him, because he settled in really well with them. And but at the same time, I was very lonely. And one day I got on the kitten rescue here in the town where I'm living now, and I saw a cat that looked identical to Munch. I was just convinced it was him, and that they had sent him back to a rescue because it didn't work out. It wasn't the case. This cat is a couple of years younger. He actually was rescued, or he was rescued from there as a kitten, and he didn't integrate well into the family home where he was, and so they brought him back. And so I'm happy to say that he has come home with me. And the other family called him Sam. The rescue called him Percy. Neither one of those felt right to me. And half the time I was accidentally calling him Munchkin because he looked so much like him. At the same time, when I tried to actually call him Munchkin on purpose, that didn't feel right either. And the only other thing that seemed to come out of my mouth when I'd want to call him was Buddy, because I call almost all animals and children Buddy, just as a term of endearment, and that's what stuck. So let me introduce you to Buddy real quick. Let's see where he is. There he is. There's my guy. Yeah, you want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, say hi. He's a real snuggler, and he loves having his belly rubbed. It's one of his favorite things. Yes, it is. And he does look a lot like Munch. His personality is a lot like Munch. So we're enjoying being together. And I guess that's all for now. I will, as I'm getting back into the groove of life and everything, I am going to wrap up the final destinations on my tour that I did not finish. I have all the content, I just didn't get the videos edited. So I'm going to be working on that, and I'm going to finish the 5 remaining writing seminar or writing coaching videos that I started, and maybe a few other things will come along the way, but just tune back in, and I will be getting those things out as I can. I hope you guys have done well in my absence. I mean I mean it like that, but I hope everything has gone well for you guys in these last few months since we chatted. Talk to you later. Bye.